and produce major like spots for like some major brands. And the I like always wind up getting more centered down into the art world, but the everything, anything that's going to happen, like there's needs to be connection between people. I just started hosting coffee, like people get together for coffee, and the secret, there's no real secret sauce in anything except for the fact like creativity is um and the individual unique like personalities that can be like not recreated. So it was like the individual like focusing on creativity. So they're like coffee and creativity. It's that's it. Like I
Oh,
want to know what people are working on and what's and that drives across literally
yeah.
anything, any idea that anybody might have, and say like, you want to know what I want to do, what I want to make. And so people that have been successful at getting ideas out of their head and into the world, whether that's making a podcast or whether it's like making a car or I, I had the woman on that was like designed the badges, the graphic design emblems for the Man to Mars mission. She works here in Cleveland at NASA, and
That's
her
dope.
job as a graphic designer was like make the mission patches for the
That's dope.
Orion man to mission. It was like that's a job. Like somebody, a human being has to do this. We don't think about it like all these things that are around us. Like and the Saint Gobain thing, she didn't start that company. That's a global, that's a $30 billion corporation.
Oh, okay, okay,
They have she was the CEO of the division, and they're based in Paris.
okay.
But they have a division here in Northeast Ohio, and she was the CEO of the North American
Man,
division of the
brilliant
company.
lady, man.
So
Brilliant lady.
there's stuff that's sitting in all these rooms that we're in right now, raw materials that people purchased from somewhere, like wood, polymers, glass, fabrics. They're like a raw materials company, and it's there. This stuff is everywhere, and you don't see it because you don't buy things from Saint Copain. But the people that the companies that are making stuff that are going to other companies that are making stuff are
Mm,
going. It's just all the way down the food chain to like super raw materials. So uh
see it.
yeah, there's a thread of that. There's stuff that's around us all the time that we don't necessarily think like somebody had to make that.
Yeah.
Um and so we wind up digging up those conversations, and we have coffee, we talk
Coffee
about
part,
it, we meet them,
Reg.
we hear the
Like
story.
Tom actually tells people, like you have until this cup of coffee is made to give your pitch to this whole room, and after that you got to sit down. So
Yeah, I did do that.
once he starts the machine and does it's and but people actually get up there with these, and of course you got to have your stuff laid out, but they get up there and cohesively put out actually pretty good ideas about their businesses and things that they're pursuing. Now, some of the stuff with the I think the was it bio? I can't remember what the one guy was talking about. It was a little too complex for me. But for whatever reason, he was able to get up there, and some people in the crowd connected with what he said. So after he sat down and with his cup of coffee, people gravitated to him. So that was his opportunity to say what he had to say. Now, granted, it was what 66, 90 seconds maybe, but it's still pitched.
Yeah,
That's
I mean
dope.
that's some of the more you need. Like just figure it out, and these things, there's always new opportunities to do stuff. So I'm just trying to make. I'm not. I liken it. I've started saying this a few times recently that I just keep pushing people in the mosh pit, and then I'm unresponsible for whatever happens next.
So you
So
provide the platform, and
yeah.
then yeah, wow, that's deep.
So
That's
yeah,
crazy.
a lot of people wind up finding different opportunities for different things, and that's not really up to me. I mean, I'm trying to get some music to play, and I want people that are exploring ideas and their own creativity to come out. It's not up to me to judge whatever any of that stuff is. I just like want the space for people that are like exploring.
Creators.
creators, yeah, invest, and that could be entrepreneurship or it could be some kind of art, and there's usually like a sliding needle of some kind between those things.
Yeah, but how
It's
do you
like
define
providing
success? Oh, go ahead,
I was
Jamar.
gonna say it's like providing the space for a new galaxy to be built, but you let them the stars align on their own. And how it happens, but you just provided the space and the opportunity for it to happen, for the stars, whether they collide, whether they come together, whether they come together and birth new ideas and new forms of life for something great to happen.
Yeah,
You
it's
just providing it.
unpredictable.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's amazing. Yeah.
So, and when it comes down to it, it's just getting coffee or just like going to a party on a roof, and it's fine. It's cool. So I just try to have fun in the whole process, and I like getting people together. Like, how cool is it when you find out like new stuff exists, like people that are just right around you, and you're like, holy shit, man, you're making what? I live for that.
Yeah. So how do you define success in your in your career? How do you define your like being successful?
How do I define being successful? That's a nice little stall.
Is it the actual getting together of the people? Is it the outcome of that? Is it, just being involved in that process period? Is that where you see the success at, or what do you see it?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess I think about this. It's an evolving thing. So you have like a whole journey that's your life and whatever it is that you're doing. And I feel like I have succeeded at a lot of things, and I regularly will succeed at a lot of different things. And I just like being to me, success is like keeping going, like the keeping the balls moving, like keeping the story going,
not giving up.
Yeah, there's so much stuff that like can make you stop. That's like,
well, what kind of challenges then? What kind of challenges do you kind of like? Can you give us like an example, like a few challenges that you have to kind of overcome just to see things through?
What's the audience of this podcast? I want to answer bitches, man. That's what
there you go. Say that shit.
What?
I love it.
I was not expecting that, but go ahead.
I'm happy he said that shit. Say that shit, man.
Yeah, obstacle, bitches. That's the main obstacle. Everywhere I go,
money, cash, hoes, money, cash, hoes. No,
what?
There's nothing new. We've been telling each other about this all the time, and then we're like, what? Should I be surprised right now? No, I shouldn't be, but I'm gonna get myself in the same shit that everybody else has been getting themselves into for a long time. But it's my job to just keep going and have faith in myself that I have good intentions and I'm trying to help people. And when shit gets messed up, it'll be okay, and I can move ahead and keep finding the next ideas, the next like people that I can push in the mosh pit, and hope that I see some new galaxies be born. Like, I just want to keep it moving.
Facts.
I love that. That's dope. That's amazing.
And before because again, you can stick around if you want to, because we about to get into some stuff, Tom. It's going down for sure. But last question, if you don't mind.
Sure. Yeah. Shoot.
What is the most exciting thing that you're working on now, or something that you're excited that you're dealing with now?
Well, geez, I mean, if the summer goes right, we should have a bunch of new. We could have up to 5 Golden Hour concerts this summer. Last year I introduced the festival edition in July. So
was at that park, Voinovich? Was that
Voinovich Park? That's closed this summer, but in July is when, like, that's what I'm trying to kind of make tradition for us, is that Golden Hour is regularly a private residential rooftop concert series. So you can go into buildings building rooftops that are otherwise inaccessible.
Hell
and
yeah.
Full production live concert from amazing curated artists, plus DJs, plus like pop-up chefs and like craft bartending and pop-up features, technology talks. There's like this explosion of Cleveland's culture from these really breathtaking vistas. And then in July we do one, like most of those are capacity like between 200 and 400 people. They're smaller. Every single one that we've done on there, any of those have all sold out. But I wanted to see like invite more people in, so we started making this festival edition in July. So
yeah, and DJ Evie was there.
DJ Evie was there last year for it. We had an international artist called 2 Feet who performed last year. Blues electronic artist. Just he had 3 dates in North America last year, or 3 dates in the United States last summer, and one was for Golden Hour in Cleveland. Yeah, I can't say anything about all the acts and all the space. All the stuff is in process, but
It's coming.
There's going to be some cool Golden Hours this summer.
That's what's up. Thank you, Tom.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Appreciate this,
Hey,
bro.
hey, Tom, when you was talking, it was like you reminded me not of per se him, but there was this movie Michael J. Fox was in, and the movie was For Love or Money. I believe it was For Love or Money is the name of it. And this is the movie. He worked at a hotel, but he fell in love with this girl. But him working at the hotel, it wasn't about the money. It was about the connections he was building, and he was like the wealthy. He looked like he was so wealthy because he had just connected so many people, and out of love, them people was looking out for him because he went out of the way connecting them to other people and looking out for them. And it just came across like he was the wealthiest man in the world. And I was just listening to you, and it reminded me of that movie, like the way you connect people, and through them people and connecting, you just constantly, like, it just grows to where your circle becomes just amazing, like just this amazing list of people who are just like going to look at you like, yo, thanks to you, you introduced me to so-and-so, or coming to your event and having a cup of coffee. Who knew that could change my life and introduce me to such and such who, you know what I'm saying? So that's dope.
Yeah.
But it reminded me of that movie.
We've been doing it for about 10 years. Somewhere around 20,000 people in Cleveland have come through. And to be perfectly honest with you, I'm just pushing people in. I got no idea. Like, sometimes I do, depending on how close I am to different people around. But there's a ton of stuff that I don't even know the effect of the stuff that's happening.
Right.
And until people might tell me after the facts, or people don't necessarily tell me after the fact, and that's cool. I really like how all of that happens. We got to have some
like the Big Bang
catalyst space where people don't. I don't like reciprocity where people feel like anybody like owes anybody anything from. I'm like, just come to the party. If good stuff happens, cool. If not, like, it's like that's up. It's not up to me. So I appreciate that. That sounds like a good movie. I like Michael J. Fox. My older brother's name is Michael J. Fox, and yeah.
What a coincidence.
Yeah, that's
who knew?
Yeah. All right, let's get into it.
Unfortunately, not the one that's famous worldwide, but another one.
Yeah,
close enough.
No, we appreciate you, bro. Thank you.
Hey, no problem. It was good to chat with you guys.
Hell
Thanks
yeah.
for having me on the pod. You guys have a really good night, and I hope you can catch that basketball later on.
What's going down? Triple
It's
salute.
awesome.
All right, bro.
All right, peace, guys.
Brother.
Peace.
Appreciate you. Sweet.
I don't know what happened to Big Bro, man. This Negro.
Hey, we on still on CP time, so he might still come through.
Compton in the house.
Oh, I was just listening to that. Compton. Compton's in the house. That beat was something nasty that Dr. Dre put together for that song. I don't know if y'all realize that or not. That Compton in the House record is no fucking joke.
I think most of the NWA albums are no joke on the production side. I think that's
Yeah.
pretty much his best work, and most of it after that really was mid. Truthfully,
Yeah. All right, Big Chicken. Let's start it off. Can we jump into the news? What we got first?
I never heard anybody call Dr. Dre's work mid. That's kind of scary.
what I'm saying compared to that, it is. I'm not saying that it was mid.
Oh, okay, I
But
got
what
you.
I'm saying
it
is
didn't reach that level.
most of his best work, he ain't really get paid for it. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah, DOC.
yeah.
I mean, go ahead. Go ahead.
Right. That was his best work. That's when he was raw. Speaking of listening, did y'all get a chance to listen to that J. Cole yet? Any songs on it?
No. Hold on, it's an album, right?
Listen, as soon as that motherfucker come on, soon as you push play, he just starts just spazzing from song one. And then you know what took me the most out of the whole thing? The very first song, he brought my dude back. I was just thinking in my mind like about a week ago, like what the fuck happened to Young Dro?
Oh,
He brought him back. Took me.
There you
Listen. I've listened to it maybe once, but I haven't had really heard every single rhyme. But I would say right now, just off of what I heard, it's at least a 4 out of 5 for sure.
Oh, wow.
For
4
sure,
or 5
for
mics, maybe, or
At least 4 lyrically for sure. He just spitting it.
okay.
Kendrick. I mean, maybe this is a little early. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm just a prisoner of the moment. But I don't think
J.
that
Cole, Jesus, the truth, man.
Listen, Kendrick, you can't fuck with him. You can't fuck with him. Just wait till you hear it. You can't fuck with him, bro.
I'm
Like,
not gonna start
nice.
this with you today, Reggie. I'm not
He's
gonna
nice.
start this with you today.
Listen, Kendrick is a beast. He's a monster. He's nice, but he cannot fuck with him.
Thank you.
His vocab is not the same. When he talks, it's more clear. It's more, like him. It's like when you hear Kendrick flow, it's like he's more like trying to make you laugh in a way. Like he kind of like raps like Andre 3000 in a way. It's like he's trying to catch your attention because the voices that he's making. J. Cole is not like that. He's just rapping to you straight, like he's
But
talking.
Kendrick's bars are more complex than J. Cole's.
I disagree.
Like when there was like, bro, when they broke down the disc,
They're more melodic.
they're more melodic and they're more complex. Like they were breaking down like double entendres, like of just he made it seem so simple in the disc song that he was on with Future in them. And then when they went and broke it down, they was like, oh my gosh, like did you catch how he broke that down? It's like it's deeper because he always sees the bigger picture than goes in, as I learned, in reverse with it.
If we just going off of that verse versus the one song, well, it's more than one song he's talking about him on the J. Cole album, but it's one particular song. If we just comparing them, you got Blew Out, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Bro,
Listen for yourself. Listen for yourself. I bet
I
you
listened
say
to it. I listened to it twice. It was like, if this is it, bro, you already lost. Like, come on, the dude's got like the number one song dissing you, and it's not even like the craziest bars, but everybody's gonna sing that same part. Like,
hey, D80, listen. Wait till you listen to the album today. I'm gonna call you tomorrow.
I'm gonna check it out.
Thoroughly listen to it when we get off of here.
To it tomorrow.
And I bet you don't agree with that because he's really he's really spitting.
I didn't say nothing about the album.
I already have my opinion on both guys.
I don't think that you remember the shit I was saying about J. Cole a few months ago. I take it back. All that shit, negative shit I was saying about him. You don't remember? I was lying.
No, J. Cole, Jesus, the truth, man.
You can't say he's not the truth. You can't take away from his lyrical prowess. You can't take away from the fact that he's a very skilled MC. So it's like trying to compare two greats. It's almost like the Nas Jay-Z thing all over again, where you got two guys who are at their prime, two guys who are phenomenal. And then when you start trying to break it down, it still all comes upon taste. It still comes all upon preference. And what I'll say is that and Reggie can feel his way, and I've been on it all day, like on the internet and everything else, listening to.
Listen to it though.
I listen to it. I've been on the internet all day with people going back and forth or whatnot. And the main thing I keep hearing J. Cole fans yell is like, yeah, but he didn't come as hard as this is the warning shot. This is the warning shot. Wait till he really get it, then he gonna kill Kendrick. Because they know like that ain't it. If this is your reply to Kendrick, that ain't it.
Listen. I don't feel that way. I've listened to the whole album, and I'm telling you, from the time you push play, he's talking all kind of trash.
I mean, but I'm just comparing.
And he's not playing. He's not. You know how he's usually like kind of like smooth and try not to be argumentative and try not to listen. Now he's acting gangster and saying all kind of shit.
Yeah, but I'm not comparing. Like, if we're comparing, that's not a comparison of body of work. Like, the project is dope. So it's not definitely about the project. We're just speaking on the 7 minute 7 minute drill, 7 minute drill, whatever the case. Like on that song particularly, is the song was directly a response to like that. That ain't it.
I disagree. Big Chicken, how you feel? Because I hear you always be I don't hear you saying shit.
I don't. I think J. Cole could have came a little better. It was definitely some good bars. I was like, okay, that kind of hit. But I think he could have came a little better. Maybe got a little bit more actually detailed with how he's gonna diss him. But he definitely has some great bars that had me thinking like, oh shoot, this might be a real beef to look out for.
Did you listen to the album yet?
Yeah.
The whole album.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I still think.
Hold up. So hold up. What you rate? So is it 4 out of 5? Like, what is it?
Me, 4 out of 5 for sure.
Chicken?
I give it a 3.
Wow.
Oof.
That's a big. Okay, so now I gotta listen to this damn thing.
Yeah, that's tough.
One of the best lines is one of the simplest lines. Motherfuck the big 3, nigga. It's just big meat. Still simple and straight to the point. I'm sorry, Cole. My expectations from the way Cole been rapping these last few months, maybe a year and some change, is that I expected him to come like hard on the response song. I'm not talking about the rest of the project. I expected him to come hard on it.
Who said that line you just read?
Kendrick.
On first person shooter mode, J. Cole mentions that they're the big 3. So that's just him taking a shot at that song, which I think is brilliant.
Yeah.
But to be honest with you, man, I don't know. I just come from a different era, man, where you listen to a song like Dollars and Cents destroy a whole person's life. You hear Hit 'Em Up destroy a whole person's life. Like, stuff like this is just nothing for me. Really. I don't even get excited for it. Like, I mean, you don't have to defend it. It's just not exciting to me.
I agree with you, but you're talking the reason why both guys are limited because there's no real disdain between the two of them. So there's
there's no real disdain. But well, never mind. Let me not go.
Yeah. I'm about to say with Dollars and Cents, that was real. That was personal.
I actually was gonna go back to Hit 'Em Up because Pac manufactured the beef. But at the same time, he had, it was layered. He wanted it to be layered. He put out the song, then they put out the pictures in the magazines. You know what I'm saying? So it worked it worked in tandem. Like, he had a strategy. You feel me? I don't think most people who are dissing people have a strategy. They just, oh, you diss me, motherfucker, I got you. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I meant by manufacture. But again, I don't
I'm glad
know.
I'm glad you said that, because I tell people that all the time that Tupac started that shit for absolutely no fucking reason, and nobody believes me. I'm like, I think I like Tupac better as a rapper, but he definitely started that shit for no fucking reason.
No, it was a reason.
It was a reason. Yes, but it didn't have nothing to do with Biggie though.
Right? No, I agree. It didn't. And
he was 100% innocent in that whole situation.
Yeah. I know.
Didn't have nothing to do with it. And he told you beforehand too. He told you, right? Told you don't fuck with
let's next topic, man. I don't want to talk about this no more.
It's the truth. And I love you.
I know. That's why I want to talk about it.
Well, to get started, let's talk about the earthquakes that are happening in New York. or that
New
happened
York,
in New York.
New York, big city of dreams, and everything in New York ain't
And
all.
I'm gonna say
all
one
of
word to
it.
Jamar, and he gonna know what I'm talking about. You ready?
I'm ready.
Fracking.
Ooh,
Bingo.
believe it.
Bingo.
Believe it.
That's
Bingo.
what I'm
Believe
gonna
it.
say.
Believe it.
Because there ain't no plate in New York up under that ground. So that's the only logical answer.
Fracking.
Yeah,
Like
agree.
Youngstown went through that, and
Mhm.
they had and the residents had to protest and pretty much move heaven and earth with that with the council to get them to stop to the degree that they're doing it because it was too many earthquakes. And you just saying, and we had some here because they're doing shit down there they shouldn't be fucking doing.
Mhm.
That's
But you know,
wild,
ain't
bro. That's
nobody gonna
wild.
say it though.
Nah, they won't because it's listen, bro. We've already entered into this society based everything off about the dollars, not whether it makes sense, not whether it's going to save lives, but how much money is it going to generate, how much revenue for some company is it going to make, and so, like you said, the fracking. Listen, Oklahoma, they're not going to say it, but Oklahoma is a mess right now, and their whole thing is unsturdy because of the fact of the fracking. Pennsylvania, I believe, is going through it too. With was it Pennsylvania? I want to say it was
Philadelphia?
Pennsylvania.
No,
Yeah. You said what?
I thought maybe Philly.
Yeah,
Do you-
well, Pennsylvania, but Philadelphia, yeah. With the whole fracking thing, like this shit is
Yeah.
real, and we do not understand. Like,
Well,
it's so weird to me the way we just tear it up just for the love of money, like, and don't give a fuck, and we'll just figure it out later.
What's weird about it? We traditionally do that, but there is a whole. I don't know about way out eastern Pennsylvania, but I know for a fact that in eastern Ohio, western Pennsylvania, and West Virginia, there's all kind of oil there, all kinds.
Yeah.
People that live on the east side, most of them landowners over there on the sharing line and shit, there's oil up under there. There's all kind of shit, and you have to realize, listen, they're gonna get it. They're going to listen. It's too much of it. They said there's enough of it there to supply the whole country for 70 years. They getting that shit. I don't give a fuck what they got to do. And they say the reason why what causes the earthquakes is when they put the water back in the earth. So they're gonna get it no matter what you do. It's like either somebody's gonna buy out a councilman, somebody's gonna die. You know, they was giving people over there on the east side in PA and all that shit millions of dollars for their fucking property, or in like hundreds of thousands just to have the rights to it and letting you keep it. Man, listen, they getting that shit.
Yeah, it's sad.
Crazy shit, crazy.
Uh-oh.
To go next, we got to talk about a topic we talk about commonly, but you always got to cover, which is Diddy being raided by the feds.
Oh, we haven't potted for a minute since then.
No Diddy.
Diddler.
My boys running around with sticks. No Diddy. My music keeping touching the kids. No Diddy.
No Diddy. Hey, Big Chicken, pull up the Andrew Schultz on speaking on Diddy, his stand-up.
Oh,
did y'all see Andrew Schultz speaking on
No.
Diddy talk about how Diddy got the only house in Hollywood that ain't been broken into?
Ain't nobody going in there.
Ain't nobody going in. Hey, they was like you bust the Diddy door, and he was like you bust a Diddy house, and you come in and Diddy just sitting there on the couch, butt ass naked with Meek Mill on the floor, patting Meek Mill like a Maltese little puppy or something like that.
That is not funny. That's gross.
Hey, he talk about you turn around like nah, I'm good. I'm good. You try to leave, and the fucking doors and everything locked, and they talk about what come on this you ain't go in nowhere. Oh shit, play that shit.
Media trying to smear this great city. They're saying you're a bunch of fucking criminals, drug addicts, and pedophiles. That is not the whole city. That is a very small, specific section of the city. It's called Diddy's house. That is, listen. If Diddy go to jail, what's the over-under? Someone asked Shohei Ohtani. I know he got the... Those Japanese love gambling, bro. Or I believe they call it driving. But whatever, man. Listen, this is the only reason I think he might be guilty. Every celebrity in LA has had their home robbed except Diddy. And I thought about it, it's like, bro, robbing Diddy is terrifying, because what if he's there? You break down the door, he's butt naked on the couch. Meek Mill sitting on his lap, just petting him like a Maltese cat. Meek Mill crying, oh no, wait a minute, I thought you was finished. And he's like, can't stop, won't stop. You try to run out, you run out, the door is locked. You turn around, all of a sudden you hear, you ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere. I can't be stopped now. It's your asshole tonight.
Bro.
That was funny, but that's fucking gross.
It is. The Diddler, it's the Diddler, man. Y'all gonna leave Diddy alone, man.
Yeah,
Did he
we
do it or did he not?
We can move on, man. I don't know.
Diddy bop.
I can't take y'all. I'm mad they played the music too, like
Now, honestly, though, I do know people that would go to Diddy, any one of Diddy's freak off parties for one perk 10, and that's a fact.
Wow.
I'm happy I ain't blow up yet.
Facts.
I just missed it. Thank you, Drazers. What we got next, Big Chicken?
Well, next we
Right.
got to talk about the Baltimore Bridge.
Yeah, I don't know. I think somebody dumbass just fell asleep at the wheel. I don't
I
know.
thought that too, man. I thought that too.
Oh, with the power cut off though on it.
Or something. Somebody fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
That's-
Clarence, is that you down there on the engines?
Right.
Somebody fucked up.
I'm just like, why hasn't that been happening? That seemed like that would be a more common thing, like, or that would have been fucking happened years ago.
I don't know, man. I know I don't have like a river IQ or anything or anything like that, but I just know when the ships come through Cleveland, because you know the river cuts right between, separates both sides of town, right through downtown, right?
Yeah.
They got the raised bridges, so you know every day, depending on your timing, you know you might be sitting there for 30 minutes because they got to raise the bridge, let the ship pass, and then raise it back down. So I don't know if that's that kind of bridge or what, or I just don't understand. I have so many questions.
So there was a when it first happened, there was a lot of different people who pilot or captain the ships, and one of them was basically breaking down like kind of what happened, and he was like, "Yo, for whatever reason, something happened, and the engine, everything lost power." And when everything lost power, he said the crazy part is that they panicked, and the captain, he went and dropped anchor. But when you got something moving, yeah, they dropped anchor and everything. He like, but when you got something moving that big, that thing, and he used a certain word for it, but in simple terminology, he said it still was dragging, like dragging anchor. Like, so you're dragging anchor, and with dragging anchor, and then the emergency power cuts back on. When emergency power cuts back on, and then a certain the engine, whatever case, kicks back on, now it pushes it so it's like it's drifting and you really can't control it or stop it. He said maybe with like 3 or 4 tugboats they could have stopped it in time, but there was nothing they could do once they lost power. Like the anchors, one of the anchors wasn't going to slow it down, nothing like that, because it was just so much momentum and so much weight on that ship. That ship was like loaded.
Yeah, but I guess my question is, they ran into a stationary object, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why are you approaching such stationary object?
Because when they were coming out, had they not dragged anchor trying to stop the ship, the way the captain spoke, they probably would have just made it through. But when
okay,
yeah,
I got it. It
yeah.
probably changed the trajectory of the ship.
Yes, and that's
In
what
some kind of way.
what he's saying. Yeah, they
Okay.
changed the trajectory of the ship. Yeah.
Oh man, fucked up, man. Oh my man, man. So see, shit like that get people killed. And that's always something that bothers me. Like when I'm on the road and I see somebody driving and they, playing with their phone or whatever, I'm like, you're gonna get somebody fucking killed.
Yeah.
And see, yeah, that's just sad. That's just
Yeah,
fucking
it sucked because people did get killed behind it.
but
It's
been
just
avoided.
it. And he said it more than likely had he not dropped anchor and tried to overcorrect or you're going to. He said anybody, whatever case, you're going to panic mode with something like that happen because you have this huge, massive thing that just. And so he said, had it not been that, it more than likely was going to still sell through, and it probably would have. They would have had more time to correct it. He
I
said,
wouldn't have told
but
nobody
what
that.
I
He's
didn't know
stupid as
is,
fuck.
what I
I
didn't
don't know what
is
happened.
Yeah. What I didn't know what happens is they say a lot of times when these ships are going through these channels or in these ports, there are actually people local to that port, captains, that all their job is to do is to take these ships like in and out of the ports. They'll get brought out by a boat on, they bring you in and they dock you. Then when it's time for you to go, they come aboard in whatever case. So I don't know if it was the actual captain of the ship or was it one of the captains from Baltimore who was in charge of it or whatever case, but it's just one of those things. But you know how it go. The boat, I'm sure they got insurance, but the crazy part about it is that the U.S. is going to pay for all the cleanup and everything else because they got to get it open. And as a Mazurk, was it Mazurk? It was the company? Was it one of their ships?
Maersk,
yeah. So they lose more money, not from what this is going to cost to fix it, but from that channel being closed, they lose more money from that. It's kind of like when a train thing happened. Like we're losing more money, not for what we got to pay to take care of everything, but from the shit being closed.
Get commerce going through.
Yeah. That's wild.
That's fucked up. Somebody's going to jail.
Yeah, somebody going.
Oh, we got to talk about the eclipse happening on the 8th. How everybody feels about it.
I'm probably just not going to look outside. I mean, it's probably like my third or fourth one of my life. So
I'm an indulge. I got nephews and nieces, and you know they all want to go outside and look up in the air. So I'm an indulge with them. Got some glasses, and we'll have a good time. Plus, I'm kind of like they gave us like a warning, like not to come downtown, and for my job, they're shutting the building down pretty much, and everybody working from home. So, I mean, they're expecting that much of a flood, which I can't imagine that many people would come here to see that. Like,
it is. It's crazy. We're. I'm not gonna say where I work, but we're prepared. They got everybody working 12s all weekend, 12-hour shifts on all weekend. We bought all this extra stuff: the jump cars, the tow cars. They said,
is it really gonna be that? I just can't imagine it's gonna be that bad. I really can't.
Well, okay. For us, our area, the reason why for our area is that bad is because we're out of the whole United States, we're in the most prime location for it to go total darkness. And they got like, I think it's in Wapakoneta or whatever. Like you got people lining up like and paying crazy money to get married during their eclipse.
Man, people are funny, man. They just need a reason.
Even think of that.
People just need a reason, man. Oh man, Elle Duncan's on TV right now.
Yeah.
Andrea Carter's on TV. I'm in the wrong place, though. Well, next we got to talk about the robust growth in jobs. We're going up to 303,000
for the month.
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest, y'all. I know Biden would kind of hope these kind of numbers would come out more towards the fall than now. Because he's gonna need as much momentum as possible to slow down the train wreck that is 45, because he's coming.
He's coming.
And in the Reg, man, to be honest with you, bro, I really thought that there was a chance that that 4 or 5 would be disqualified, right? And whoever, Nikki Haley or that Rob Myers, whatever his name is, or the random black guy that they picked, would take up the mantle for the GOP. Or I thought that 4 or 5 would split the party and try to do his own thing, right?
Yeah.
But the one thing that is gonna change the landscape is the Israeli Hamas war. That has and I'm gonna just say it, that's like another candidate on the ballot, man. And Biden's failing. Now, I granted that he put a hard line in the sand today. Oh, I saw that. Okay, great. It's 4 months too late. But I'm telling you, man, if he don't clean up that shit, man, he's gonna open up the door for 4 or 5 to walk right back into that White House, man. And it's gonna be really sad. And it actually could happen. Like I couldn't believe that. Like 3 or 4 months ago, I would have never believed that.
Yeah.
I agree with your point.
It's fucked.
It is fucked, and it's like it's crazy because it's like people are just so much victims of propaganda. Like people really believe that in 2024 that it could actually be a person that's alive right now's fault about the border. The border has been open forever. That's an imaginary line that one day somebody just made up. There's no way that could be anyone's fault, whether if it's open or closed. That's number one. Number two, which could easily be number one, why are people that live in states like Ohio, Michigan, New York, Connecticut, or any state like that, why do you give a fuck about what's
know that
going
for real?
on down in Texas?
Yeah, because a lot of the migrants come move to them places. Yeah. I mean, not migrants, immigrants.
No, what happens, Reggie, is Ohio has a lot of farmland, especially if you take a trip out to Toledo. You'll see it's like tons of flat farmland. And we don't think about it because we ain't out there. But guess who they hire? They hire those migrants that come up from those situations, right?
I know that.
And, hold on, wait.
Here too.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So that's the reason why politicians are concerned, because if the right farm industry sees their competition hiring migrant workers and making money and beating them in their product, they go lobby the governor and say, hey, you need to stop this border shit right now because that company's beating us. Here's 250,000. Here's 500,000. Here's a couple 100,000 for your campaign. Oh, your wife need a car? Oh, it's no problem. And all of a sudden those laws get passed and it's a problem on TV because they get on there and like, oh, we can't have this. It's a crisis. This is that.
I disagree.
Bro, that is no wait, no.
I'm gonna tell you why I disagree.
Go ahead, Reggie.
I'm gonna tell you why I disagree. This is why I disagree.
How can you disagree with a fucking fact?
Listen. Because I'm gonna give you a fact. I'm gonna give you some facts.
It's not that you can't disagree with a fact.
Listen to me. Listen to me.
How can you disagree with a fact?
Let him
listen to what I'm trying to tell you. Let me tell you
go.
something. 2 things. Number one, if they got rid of just say the illegal immigrants in the United States, if they got rid of every fucking illegal immigrant in the United States, the stock market would crash. Listen, in 2008, in 2008, right? I was in the Mahoning County fucking jail. And this is when I learned some shit. So I was facing trial. It was September, October, right? So every day when I had to go to trial, right, I had to go downstairs. And I had to come back upstairs. And so I got into a fight, right? So I had to go to the hole. So the way the hole is in the Mahoning County Jail is half of the hole is the hole. The other half is intake, right? Every motherfucking last person in that bitch was Mexican. I'm like, why the fuck are these people here? Why are they here? And then I woke up. Even the farms that's right here up in Vienna and shit, who the fuck you think picking that shit? They've been doing that shit 30 fucking years. Listen, I know this girl, right, that I grew up with in Sharon, right? She used to live down in like the Louisiana area when the Hurricane Katrina hit.
Oh,
she told me she met some motherfucking Mexicans down there, right? And I know she's telling the truth because her mom verified the story. She said that they took her up to Maine, right? And she was picking apples with these motherfuckers. I said, what? And this was in 05, 06.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying to you is this.
We said the
That's
same
a fucking
thing.
game. That's a
You
game.
said the
They've
same
been
thing.
here. They've been here.
We said the
Nobody's
same
not going to do. Listen. Nobody's not going to do those jobs. So you can't try to say, "Oh, they're going to come here and take jobs." Who picking fruit?
But I
who
think
you know
Reggie,
gonna pick?
No,
what my brother is
that's-
saying is y'all
yeah,
saying the same thing.
I mean, yeah, but,
you're-
I mean, listen.
That
What I
last
said,
part
he's
is where you missed
listen.
it, but
You're right.
yeah.
That's why I said I'm gonna contradict that with another fact because what you're saying is true. But who really gonna do that shit, bruh? Who?
No, it's not about who's actually doing it. It's a that's a facade, right? The fact of the matter is this company over here has more illegal workers than we can get. They're making more money than we can make.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
we can lobby this politician and make sure we get these laws passed to stop his flow and let our cash flow come in.
Oh,
So
I can
we're
see the
saying
hater game. Yeah, I get
we're
you.
saying
on
the same
hater side.
thing.
Yeah.
but I'm just giving you the business side of that issue. And yeah, that's all I'm saying is we're saying the same thing.
Yeah.
See,
So,
what I don't like about it
add
is
on to
because
what
they-
y'all just talked about.
because they're using them. You feel me? They're using them and they're
yeah.
acting like they don't really want them here. Yes, you do. Yeah,
But
yes, you do.
here's the thing is they know they're being used and they utilize that to their vantage point. Like, here's the thing, the reality of, and this is what we're talking about, a selection year. So we're going to always talk and overinflate the numbers, or we're going to just make it like these people are a threat to you.
Oh, are you talking about what Paper Zoe just said?
Yeah. But I mean, adding on to that, but using that for the next part with the majority of the people who come across, majority of the immigrants that come across, well, maybe this speaks more to the past, not to the present. Because now it's not the Mexicans anymore.
It's not
the migrant. It's not the ones that turn into migrant workers and everything else. We actually, in reality, is you got more. What it is? South Americans coming across and Chinese
and black people too.
Oh well, yeah, and Chinese, South Americans, Africans, and Chinese are coming across. And now, America feels that there is a threat with that, but it's easier. You can't paint Chinese as a threat. So it's easier to paint for the American people something that they'll recognize that they've dealt with. When you sit there and say like, "Yo, the Mexicans still easy to use the same bad guy."
Yeah, they gotta blame it on some fucking body. But Jay, did you see the podcast I did with Miguel? Well, you was on there. I spoke on that before. I spoke on that on there. Have you ever seen a person at that border Caucasian? No. You see every fucking body else but white people at that border. You know why? Because they don't got to do that shit to get here. That border is made for black and brown people. It's even colored. The color of the wall is brown. It's a fucking joke. It's a fucking joke.
Hey, Reggie, your conspiracy theories is a show with all of this show, bro.
It's the truth.
I would have never connected the color of the wall to that.
It's the truth. They should call it the brown wall. Listen, and every single last person that is at that fucking wall that's trying to come through, right? They are victims of what the United States has done to their country. They're poor because of what we done, or other colonial countries. Let's be real. Let's be real.
That's a fact. I thought you were saying something else. I was about to be like, but yeah, you're right.
Fuck,
I'll
you gonna sit up shop and block the people out that's supposed to be here? That sounds like somewhere else we know too, right?
Jorley says, don't
sounds like somewhere else we know, right?
discount the Canadian border with a lot of Canadians be trying to. But don't we just let them in?
But look though, Canada though. I'm gonna tell you something about Canada. Canada is inviting people. Canada's inviting people to their country. Canada only has like 50 million people in their country. They're inviting people there to exploit them for cheap labor too. So that's why, listen, I learned something when I went to Jamaica, right? I seen more black people down there in Jamaica with Canadian passports than anything. I swear I seen more Canadian passports than any fucking thing I seen down there.
More Canadian black.
But they family or they was naturally from Jamaica and was
coming back. That makes sense. I mean, Canada, especially like your Toronto and what is it right above me? Has a large population of Jamaica Caribbean culture. Is that the right word to use? Caribbean culture?
Yeah,
or from Caribbean backgrounds?
It's easier to get there than it is here.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah.
Especially if you got a criminal background or you trying to hide it.
Yeah. What we got next, Big Chicken?
Hold up, man. I wanted one more thing.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Because this is Reggie's fault. 2007 or 2006, 2007 time. Attorney Eric Holder. I'm sorry, I said Eric Garland. Eric Holder is running a special ops program in the Mexican border called Fast and Furious. This is a gun running smuggling operation where the United States is pretending to be the buyer of weapons from Mexico. Unbeknownst to several border agents, when this deal is going down, they try to intervene. And of course, a few agents get killed. And in 2000, was it 7 or I can't remember which election that was, which situation that was. I think it was Obama's last couple of years. I'm sorry, I'm talking about 2010. I said 2007. It's 2010. It came to light that over the decades of time, the United States government has been running the same opera because people thought the Republicans started with Eric Holder. So that's why they went after him, because they thought they can remove him from power. And plus he's black. And they thought they could remove him from power and plus possibly get Obama ousted if he had information on this gun running situation, because agents got killed, right? And it came to light that every U.S. president prior to Obama had these operations running through these countries. So when Reggie was like, it's the United States is the reason why half these countries are coming here, I mean, he's fucking right, but not for right.
He's right on that.
Like public reasons.
Yeah,
all that under shit that we be doing, that those little moving the tectonic plates and then wondering why it's an earthquake shit that we be doing. Right. So I just wanted to mention.
Freedom and luxury comes at a cost, and a lot of Americans are so ignorant to understanding exactly what is the fucking cost that is paid for us to have the liberties, the freedoms, the low cost of things that we have. The manipulation, the people who are taken advantage of or displaced or robbed out of what is theirs or whatnot. There's a reason in Venezuela, but why, quote unquote, not. What's the freaking word I want to use that they always go against it? It's a form of government. It's not communism. It's
socialism.
Socialism. Yeah, there's a reason why that country is rich with oil and was wanted to help their people, but it failed. And everybody laughs like, yo, all you heard all these people during election time like, yo, they're socialists, this, and look at socialism, what happened in Venezuela. Look at it happen here. And it's like, yo, it don't matter what form of government. The number one thing that topples or stops any freaking form of government or a system when it comes to money is greed.
Listen to this. You know how y'all doing that documentary about Haiti?
Yeah.
Where do you think they got those guns from? The president got killed. Where do you think they got that gun from? The armies, what's going on now? Where do you think they got them guns from? Right now in the United States, and that's crazy that you would say that, D80, about that. There's more guns, and I'm glad. Well, I'm not gonna do that.
I know what you mean.
There's more guns in the United States than there is people. Way more, by hundreds of millions. You feel me? So what's happening to these guns? Right out on the street, you can go buy a gun, $50. You can buy that. That's the easiest thing in the world to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Mexico's president said it. He said we don't have a drug issue in Mexico. We have we don't have a whole bunch of addicts in Mexico. We got a whole bunch of people that get access to guns from the United States.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what the running that's been going on for the past 50 years.
Right.
And you can even take it back to Reagan running Contra.
Yeah.
So then that makes me believe, okay, so if we setting up buying guns from Mexico, right? That's got to be like some form of entrapment. What the fuck you buying guns from them for? You got more than you ever could fucking need right here, right on this side. I can go to the gun show right now and get any motherfucking gun I want right now.
Well, the thing is, depending on and I'm not trying to feel like I'm an expert. I'm sorry. I'm just talking about that Fast and the Furious situation, right? Where we, or I want to say America, but it was an undercover agent, so he was supposed to be like a drug dealer from like LA or some bullshit. We were packaging guns to sell to them. We were running guns through Mexico. We were running through the what do you call them, underground tunnels in the borders, whatever that is.
Running guns back the opposite way.
Them old weed and cocaine tunnel
we passing the drugs with the guns running that we passing each other in the tunnels.
The drugs coming this way, the guns going that way. And so that's what the Mexican president was saying. He was saying, this is you guys are pouring this shit into our country. And we are, because we need them to become unstable and depend on us more. Because the more they depend on us, the more land we can take. And I'm not talking about like making a state. I'm talking about oil. I'm talking about resources in Mexico, gold that we need to keep pushing on.
Hey, yo, do you know when and part of the treaty we did that we get to take as much of their resources from them? And when the war happened back then, part of the treaty was that we get unlimited access to their
Louisiana
resources.
Purchase.
Yeah,
but that's not I don't know if that's an actual thing.
That's a very Francie type deal.
I don't think that's an actual. I got to look into that, man, because I heard about that. Well, you can believe it all you want to, but when it comes to America and I think Zoe said this, Paper Zoe said this, inflating numbers. He was talking about inflating numbers. I believe that if they're getting anything from Mexico, it has to be under the table because that stuff needs to be reported. And if you look at the financial, what do they call it, the gross domestic product, the United States of America, it doesn't talk about anything imported from Mexico outside of stuff that is tariffed and taxed. So that's why I don't. If it is an agreement that's, I don't know. I don't see it.
I don't know. Yeah, you're right. Only reason I brought up the one part, and it's not in the disagreement thing, but only reason it made me learn about that was when they were talking about how the Colorado River was having issues, but now we control the weather and we can make it rain and snow like a motherfucker over there. But when they were talking about it, and what happened was we were suffering, and so the U.S. basically, because the Colorado River just didn't feed us, it fed them down to Mexico.
Oh,
and we was like, click, cut that bitch off.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, that was fucked up. Yeah, they were talking about it, and they were talking about I mean, I get it. I love my country, but as part of loving my country is sometimes when you love something or somebody, you if you're gonna really be love or whatever case, you should understand that there's a dark side to that person. Probably there's a lot of shit that you're not gonna be proud that person did. It's like finding the chick and she everything for you, but she's honest with you. Well, America's not honest, but you find out that she might have used to been a hoe. She ain't a hoe no more, and she passed that. She out of her hoe phase.
This is not a good comparison.
I'm just saying, like, but it is because American have done some hoe ass shit,
but they still doing it. So it's like
still doing it. Yeah. So, I mean, I get it. It's hard, man, because like,
well, I told you about the Somalia shit. I've been told you about that.
Yeah, you told me about that.
So
how we fucked up their whole thing. So now with the pirates, the whole pirate issue, that's our fault. That's our doing.
And now we make movies about it, and it's all like, ooh, Somalia, ooh, don't go over there.
Right.
We did this. So yeah,
Iran, Iraq, Saddam Hussein, fucking Osama bin Laden, fucking. We can go on with these lists. Old boy down there that used not. We even played a small part of helping Gaddafi at point in times.
You mean helping get removed or helping them? Oh yeah. For sure. We love Libya.
Canal. Listen, that canal over there is why we side with Israel.
You talking about the Strait of Hamas?
Strait of Hamas, yes. Yeah.
That's why.
Well, all right, guys, we got a couple more topics to cover. But something breaking that happened while we were in the podcast is that there was a second earthquake in New York, actually, on the line, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah. What magnitude?
4.8.
That was one.
Ooh,
That was the
yeah.
previous one.
No, it happened just again.
The same magnitude.
Yep, 4.8.
Ooh, that's different. Yeah,
Yeah,
they need to stop that fracking,
California
man.
don't
They gonna
even
fuck
look
that
at
shit
it
up.
like that.
New York gonna be floating in the Atlantic.
I had also wanted
Basically.
to say that down in Florida, them construction jobs, they definitely are inviting illegals, and nobody is not gonna do that shit. Ain't nobody gonna do no construction jobs in Central Florida in the summertime. Forget it. And they definitely not gonna pick none of their fruit down there neither in the summertime in Central Florida.
Yeah.
No American person is not gonna do it. That's just the bottom line.
We're gonna talk about the Strait of Hamas too, Reggie, one day. Not right now, but I didn't know you knew about that, so we gotta talk about that.
Oh no, Reggie been on it, bro. Reggie
I know
been
it's
talking to
but
man.
you know,
I
only,
haven't
like,
always known.
I haven't. I don't really get to talk about stuff like that with folk because you know you there's levels to things, and you don't want to like talk about shit. And then they're like, "What the fuck? Who the fuck? How the?"
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well,
the
real
Strait of
quick-
Hamas is deep. Well, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, bitch.
Sorry, I want to correct myself. It was a 4.0 aftershock that hit around 6 p.m.
Okay,
Sorry,
okay,
I'll
okay,
fix
okay.
what I said. Yeah.
Yeah,
messed
because
up.
if you have, and I'm not a geological expert, I'm just going off of what I saw on TV, so don't, whatever. But if you have an earthquake and the aftershock is normally, of course, less than the previous earthquake, the first earthquake, but if it's greater than the previous earthquake, it's a whole different earthquake. So you got a fucking
Yeah.
problem. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I'm sitting there thinking like, man, if it's 4.8 again, that's not normal. Like that shit don't happen like that. So y'all down there doing some shit y'all shouldn't be doing. And they still could be.
They probably are. Money, 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 money.
Man, that's fucked up.
Well, one more thing to talk about in the U.S. is that the U.S. is investing in a train on the moon.
You ain't got nothing better to spend your money on than that. Like for you gonna really put
Well,
zillions or trillions
hold
or
up,
whatever.
wait,
Come
wait,
and ride the
Reg,
train.
Reg,
Come
Reg,
and ride it. Woo, woo.
I'm
Come and
gonna
ride
say
the
this
train.
now. I hear what you're saying, but when they fuck up this planet and then they leave to go there while we dying here, they can be like, damn, that's what they was doing up there.
I'm gonna be dead.
Might come sooner than you think.
Sure.
Man, they gonna fuck up the moon like that one movie. Was it
bro?
was it
Jermaine.
the Time Machine? It's all that.
How come every time they show something in outer space and the light always be like that bluish, like that? Like on Transformers, it's like that light blue.
90% of your pictures of Earth from outer space are rendered in what's the hell is the word? I don't want to say doctored up, but they're more rendered or whatever the case. And because like, where's the light coming from for you to be able to get
I was
to
just
see?
about to say that there's no light in space, so you shouldn't be able to see shit.
Yeah.
There's literally no light.
Yeah, so that's why. Yeah.
Yeah, so they be making that shit up, Reg. That's all. So if you
But what
go up
happens if you're in space and you look towards the direction of the sun?
Well, if you're on the moon, you're probably gonna die.
All right, Reg, you gotta. I get it, and I'm not defending them, but this part, if the moon is supposed to be circular, just like the Earth, is no different than looking up at the sun. You're just a little bit closer, but no different than looking.
I don't know because the sun.
Hold
up, wait. It's not about the distance. The moon has no ozone layer, so if you're looking at the sun, you're gonna fucking die.
No, what I'm saying is, I'm not disagreeing with that. What I'm sitting there saying is that, like on the planet Earth, like if you look up at the sun, it's gonna fuck your eyes up, right? If you just look up there directly, especially for a long time, it fucks your eyes up. So, like when the astronauts are up there, they have these shields that helps them or whatever case from it, because there is no ozone layer, like you're saying. So, but it's not a planet, it's a moon, but it's still circumference, circular, whatever the case is. We believe that the Earth is round, as other planets and moons around.
Right.
So you're still a small speck. It's still a small speck in the grand scheme of it all, of looking to.
Hold on, what's Reggie's point though? What are you trying to say?
What I was saying is, when you on the moon, you got to be able to see the sun, though.
Not all the time.
No. I ain't saying all the time. No, but I'm saying because you was like, in space is dark. I'm like,
no, that's not. That way. No, the sun does not the sun, of
Most of
course,
your
is
light on Earth because of our distance, and it reflects everything goes playing a part, and it reflects off the Earth back up. If
I'm telling you,
I've
like,
been
you're not
watching enough
gonna.
Discovery Channel,
It's a weird thing, but the space is pitch black, right?
yeah.
So during most of the year, Reg, you're not going to be seeing the sun because you're going to be on the other side of the Earth.
Yeah, it's gonna block you.
So you ain't going to see shit for like half of 7-8 months. Now, granted, on those other couple of months, yeah, but for the most part, man, oh my gosh, you can be like, man, get me out of here. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Facts. No, go ahead. No, my bad. I was about to say, let's jump
we
into
can roll.
sports so we can wrap this up.
Let's go.
All right,
The game on. That's why I'm
sports,
excited.
We got to talk about Bronny James declaring for the NBA draft and also keep going into the transfer portal. Also, how do people feel?
I think it's a shame actually, because he is probably about the 7th or 8th best player on his team.
Oh wow,
they're probably about
Damn,
this. I'm not lying, and I'm not even exaggerating. Like, they're probably about the 7th or 8th best team in that conference. So that literally means that there's hundreds, if not thousands, of players in college that are better than him. That is a fact. I'm not trying to be a hater, but that is a fact. He shot third in the 30%. That's a fact. I'm not saying that the player he is right now, in a couple years from now, won't be NBA ready. I'm not saying that, because I think that he will be. But let's be real about the situation. He does not deserve it, man.
yeah.
He don't deserve it. Just in LA alone, there are at least 30 people that are better than him in LA. If you take in consideration that they got the fucking UCLA there too. He's not, man. That's a shame. That's a shame. That's like cheating. That's taking somebody's fucking spot.
All right. I hear what you say, and I raise you. No, let me quit.
We know why, because they're gonna get his
well, we know why, because of the fact of everybody's bidding it, because they know if they get him, they get his dad.
That too, yeah.
Right. So, and we know LeBron financially moves the needle wherever he goes.
That's some bullshit.
What I will say is that, in fairness to Bronny, is that he flashed at a lot of times the potential that he actually is a pretty decent player on his own. In the McDonald's All-Star game, he did just enough to stand out, to make a name for himself. And other NBA players have played with the kid, that whether fans are against LeBron, have come out and said, like, yo, the way he's built, and what he's known for, he's more of, you won't see it because his numbers don't say it. But those that know basketball, they're like, he's like, he puts them in the mind of a Drew Holiday. They didn't say he's ready. Reggie, wait. They didn't say he's ready yet. But what they said is he's more of a Drew Holiday. He's more of a defender first. And he's not the star player that's going to give you 30, whatever it takes, points a game. 20 points a game. He's more of a Drew Holiday, like that defender that can give you 13, 14, 15 points a game, can shoot a three. But he, as a defender, and his size and his strength and the way he's built, they love it. And this is from NBA players that whether they agree with LeBron or not, have gave their honest evaluation of him.
Do you see how small he is? He's 6'3". Listen, bro, there's a lot of 6'3" guards. Look
200
at
pounds.
Listen, look at Kentucky. Just look at Kentucky, right?
200 pounds.
Look at their 6 man. Look at number 0. Look at him. He is 10 times fucking better than Bronny, bro. 10 times fucking better. Listen, he shoots in the 30s. I ain't talking about just from 3. I'm talking about overall. He does not deserve that opportunity. Anybody that drafted him,
he's 6'3" or 6'4", 210 pounds. And NBA standards, that is big.
How many
for a shoot? That is big for a shooting guard.
I'm
talking about as far as weight.
How many players is like that in college, man? Hundreds, if not thousands. There's nothing significant about him at all.
If that's the case, why he coming off the bench? Big papers.
That's what I'm saying, Lorenzo. Listen, Zoe. Listen. Look at his stats. Look at his stats, bro. He's terrible. He's terrible. Bottom line, he's like Deion. He's like that.
Deion Waiters?
No,
Sanders.
Deion Sanders. All hype.
Yeah, he is.
No results.
I'm sorry.
On the football
it's the
field.
truth. It's just true.
No
I'm the
sh- no
biggest
shit.
LeBron James. I'm the biggest LeBron James fan, but Bronny stats are comparable to Michael Jordan's sons. Fact. That's a fact.
No, I think he affects the game in a different way, bro.
Man, you
I
capping.
just
Big chicken.
you-
Big chicken. Pull up
Reggie,
their stats.
no. I'm not saying they're saying that. What you're saying about the stats, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is this. What I've learned from watching a whole bunch of NBA players or whatever case do more talking is that it's all about system fit. And there's a lot of guys like in the NBA, any one of those dudes is liable to go for 25, 30 points a game and are capable of it. But it's about the system that they're in and playing their role. Your role is a huge part of in the system you're in to how your stats are going to look.
Bruh, you crazy.
I don't think he's 6'4", man, but whatever.
Look at that. He
6'3",
shoots
give us 6'3".
36%. 36%. I'm saying he's okay. He's an okay college player. I'll give him 2 more years. Let him see what he can do. But there's no way that you're going to convince me in real life that a person that averaged 4.8 and shoots 36.6% in college is NBA good. I don't give a fuck
Hey,
what they say. They on crack.
What was Michael
They is
Kidd?
on fucking
What
crack.
was Michael Kidd Grill? What was Michael Gilchrist Kid or Kid Gilchrist stat?
Kid Gilchrist.
Amazing. Amazing. Compared to that.
Yeah, I don't think he did 4 points a game, man.
Yeah, Lil Cuz was out there hooping.
Yeah.
Lil Cuz was hooping.
I mean, I like Bronny James, but we'll see. I'm not gonna say anything bad about the kid. We'll see.
It's
Yeah. No, hold on. I thought you were talking about Michael Kidd Gilchrist. He's put up.
That's what I put it up. Yeah.
Him too. Look at that.
Oh, yeah,
He
never
averages
mind.
4 times as many points as he do. Well, 3. I'm capping.
No worries, man. Bronny.
No, he did. He did 11 and 7.
But
and
I
2.
think we're worried about the wrong
11, 7,
things,
and 2.
man.
No, we not, because this is why we're not worried about the wrong thing, bro. Because
No.
they said, what do we think? And I think that's a crime.
No, I said we're worried about the wrong things. In my opinion, man, this dude heart stopped when he was on the court. Like that, man. That to me is more alarming than you having
saying
5
the
points a
pressure and
game.
wanting to play with your dad and everything else.
That too.
No,
That
I'm
too.
saying the his body being able to handle an 82 game season,
Right.
and he can't handle a 20 game season because never mind. I don't know. I don't want. That's why I don't want to say much.
No. You on fucking point. You on motherfucking point.
Yeah,
on
it's
point.
just. And I agree with Zoe too. I agree with Paper Zoe that he transferred because he's not starting.
He's not
I mean-
worth a draft pick. Period. He's not. He's
Yeah,
not.
it's a bad situation for Bronny,
not.
but he'll
Listen,
get through it.
What's it called? What's the coach's son? Is way better than him. Way better than he was when he was that same age. Dark River son was way called.
Okay,
Austin
wait.
Rivers.
If we gonna tell it, if
Way
we gonna
colder.
tell it, then we gotta tell it all. For one,
Oh.
the head coach of USC we just talked about this on our podcast on AAA Sports. This motherfucker dipped out because he probably about to get fired and went to SMU.
I would have too.
Most kids transfer or whatever, and he
Hold on,
had
What you talking about?
3. If you count Bronny, he had 4
The USC coach.
USC head coach.
Just now?
He transferred. He left Monday. He went to SMU.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
that's why-
Listen,
that's
he
where
went
Bronny
to
went
the
into the
transfer
portal.
portal and then declared for the NBA. Like who you think you is? I mean, I get it. You listen, you LeBron James Jr., but you ain't like that right now.
Okay.
I say give him a couple more years, see if his body can handle the shit, see if he's going to be a dominant player. Because if you can't,
I think body wise he's okay. I just think skill wise, or Gilbert Arenas said it best. Bronny he said the dude's got all the skills, he's got all the teaching, he's got all the tools necessary. His biggest issue is that he's got to go ahead and step forth and take it. And he said
he's aggressive. He's not aggressive.
He's not aggressive enough. He said he's too much of his father's child, but not the dominating factor that his father was in every other asset of the game. So he says he said you can't be your dad when it comes to scoring, but you lack what your dad have and everything else.
Well, hold on. Then what was his assist then? Did he have like a high assist rate?
No. He didn't start.
Okay.
But still, his shot percentage is bad. And listen, in college, it's significantly easier because the defense is weaker. So, bro, if you can't get your ass to that well and get like shoot at least 45, 46%, I'm not even trying to hear that shit. None of it, because that's some bullshit right there.
I don't know if he's NBA player or not, but I'm learning. All I'm saying is that I'm learning more and more when NBA players talk about the game and how a lot of people sacrifice their overall personal gain to fit into a role that a team has set for, or a system or a scheme that is going for them. And
you're saying the system didn't really call for him to score like that.
No, that wasn't his role. Yeah. Isaiah Collier and the other kid that they got.
You telling me that they told him to shoot all them motherfucking bricks at 36%? That was his role.
They brought him in to play 3 and D. That's they brought him there for 3 and D.
But listen. When you shoot 36%, I don't care what player you are, what position you are hurting the team.
When you sat out majority of the season because of a heart condition, like what was brought up, and then you come back into it, and your team is already midway through the season, you're not expecting him to come in like lights out or within a rhythm or whatever case of his skill set.
It's 36% overall. I'm not talking about from 3. I'm talking about overall. Right now, you my nigga, but you got the cape on. You're saving that motherfucker.
No, I'm not saving. I know Reggie. Reggie, I never said that what you said wasn't true. So I'm not caping for him. What I'm saying is context matters. Yeah. And so if we're going to tell the story, let's tell the whole story.
Hold on, wait, Reggie.
But he needs at least another year because he's not.
I agree with you.
Yeah. And now, if this was the NFL where they had like 28 rounds or something, okay, he could be a 27th round draft pick. I give you that. But
no, he going regardless, and we all know why.
Yeah, but that's come on, man.
Cleveland gonna do it just for the fact that the downtown.
Don't even say it.
Just like daddy.
Oh my gosh, I would.
Close your eyes.
That's some bullshit.
We can take another chance if you trust me.
What's the next topic, man? Bronny,
big chicken.
That guy.
Well, next we got to talk about. We talked about him a little bit earlier. Doc Rivers, kind of drowning the Bucks with a 15-15 record as a coach.
Man, he a disgrace. He always gets the most amazing jobs and fumbles them. Like even in Boston, like pretty much that's a failure. I mean, you got one chip out of that deal. You had prime Paul Pierce. You had late prime Ray Allen, and you had MVP Kevin Garnett, and you had Rondo. Bro, you got to get at least 2 or 3 out of that. And you blew it. Everywhere else, you blew it. In LA, you blew it. He's overrated.
Overrated.
I don't know. I don't know what to say about him yet.
Reggie so petty.
I think Milwaukee's in trouble, and it's mostly because of injury. I don't think Doc is the issue. I don't think when Mike Budenholzer was there, I don't think he was the issue. I don't think he was the issue at all. Yep. In my opinion, Giannis is the engine that makes that thing go, and injuries is the thing that makes that thing stop. So, in my opinion, the Milwaukee Bucks' biggest problems are injuries and Giannis. So, come to playoffs. Now that I just said that, come to playoffs, just watch what happens, and you tell me if Doc Rivers is fault when they lose.
Well, listen. So you think do you see Giannis's numbers this season, and you think it's his fault why they're losing? Listen, I just seen him lose the other night, and he had a triple double. Do you feel me?
All right.
Okay, that's great.
Wait.
Look at the numbers.
I think you're right, but this pains me to say my brother is right too. I don't believe Giannis bought into Doc Rivers. And I don't believe because Giannis isn't bought into Doc Rivers, I do believe that the rest of the Bucks haven't bought into Doc Rivers either.
So who's the one that's really injured though? Him or what's it called? The point guard.
Giannis has played 71 games.
Lillard didn't play last night or the night before.
I just don't think neither one of them two are bought. Nobody on that team is bought into Doc Rivers. And I think they understand or they know the optics or they understand the fact that like, yo, this is bullshit. We didn't want the other guy but we don't want this guy. And I
So-
think in a lightweight weather, and I don't want to say I believe they would sacrifice their chances to get rid of a dude, but I truly believe when you got a team unmotivated, uninspired, playing for a coach that they don't believe in, they're not going to go out there and give their full effort. And I believe the organization as a whole, everybody, players and staff within that immediate circle, they're not fucking feeling Doc Rivers and they want him gone. And they're not going to go. They're not going to go out of their way for that coach. They're not going to run through a brick. He doesn't do it for them.
Listen. In the past 2 weeks, Giannis has had 2 triple doubles. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Since
Did they win
Doc
those games?
Listen, no.
Did they win those games?
Since Doc Rivers has been there, they have been under 500 and sub 500. When dude was there, they was 31-11 or 31-12.
31-13. 30,
Yeah.
30-13.
30-13. They were actually winning. Giannis is still playing lights out. He's playing MVP basketball right now. Right now. But see, it doesn't matter. Listen. If he
They're
plays
not
his
winning.
best, listen, you right. Even if they play their best, they cannot beat Boston. Boston is fucking loaded, bro. Loaded at every position.
Zoe said they're gonna
can't
turn up
beat
in the playoffs. You lying?
No, they're not. Zoe, they can't beat Boston.
Man, I told Zoe to
can't
come
beat
on the
Boston.
pod and he ain't clicked the
They
link.
can't
So
beat them.
I don't want to hear
Have
no more.
y'all
from
seen
him.
Unicorn? Have y'all seen the Unicorn playing lately?
He's scared to come on.
You talking about Jokic?
No,
No,
for Boston.
old boy from Boston.
Oh yeah.
Man, he's a fucking
Bro,
fraud.
he a trip and a fall away from being done for the rest of the year.
It doesn't matter. Even if he is, they still gonna beat whoever the fuck they playing in playoffs, bro. You can't beat them 7 games with that team.
Fuck around and let Cleveland get up in there, boy.
Yeah,
Just
did
do
you
it.
see Cleveland just lost it last night. Bro.
Hey, what Michael
I thought we
Jackson
won
say?
last night.
Moonwalker.
No,
Do
the
what
last
Mike
they
Jackson
played the
say,
Suns.
Moonwalker. Do it in your dead.
Yeah, I thought the Browns. I thought the Cavs won last
Hold on.
night. Maybe I'm
I
tripping. Am I tripping?
Let me double check that.
No, they
That's
lost
what
to
I
the
see.
Suns.
They got to deal with the future MVP, Michael Porter Jr. You don't mess with them. Come on. Nuggets all the way.
Hey, see, shout out to C5 for that take.
D80 was you on when he said that?
Yeah,
Man, that shit killed me. I
Yeah,
said,
you
man,
was.
I know you did it. You went in
Hey.
on them. You like
Hey,
a dissertation on them.
C5 had a Reggie take. That was a Reggie take is the best way to
Basically, yeah, that's something
Yeah.
Reggie would say.
That's almost as bad as Tony Romo and DJ.
Yeah, that was up there. That was up
If
there
Tony,
with the
if Tony
guard.
Romo had an arm that was bionic and a leg that was oiled, he could kick and throw at the same time. So Dallas would win the championship by 3 points and a touchdown. Because that's how he be sounding, man.
Tony Romo is one of the best regular season quarterbacks. As soon as it get to crunch time, it's something he always blew it every time. Either he
Man.
would drop the snap, it always was something with him.
And it had to be in Philly. Like it was
Mhm.
always in Philly. Like
You
at
can
a
predict
night-
it. You can count
Yeah.
on it too. It's like, all right, he's gonna fuck it up, and he would do it every fucking time. Every time, bro. I loved him, man. I love Tony.
What we
Romo.
got next, Big Chicken?
Well, to go last, let's talk about the games tonight with South Carolina facing against NC State.
South Carolina up by 2 points, 26-24.
It's gonna be a good one.
Who y'all picking?
I'm gonna go with South Carolina.
I want the red bone right there.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I want
Yeah,
South
yeah,
Carolina
yeah,
to
yeah.
win. South
Yeah,
Carolina
yeah,
to
yeah,
win.
yeah, yeah. What you said. Yeah. Uh-huh. Take that. Diddler.
I can't take y'all. What's the next topic, man?
No, did he?
Next, we got the next game of Iowa versus UConn.
Ooh,
Who's gonna win?
Caitlin versus Buckets.
It's
Caitlin
my new
versus
favorite
Buckets.
white girl.
Really? Not Paige Buckets?
I don't know. In that picture right there, listen, I'm not gonna start the conspiracy or keep this conspiracy going, but in that picture right there, I swear on everything, it looked like I see it a little bit right
Hey,
there.
she
Just
that
snap
white
it.
girl you give her a hug to, and you just pat her on the back and say you beautiful, but you patting her on the back at the same time, like
You
yeah,
silly.
you beautiful.
No, Paige look. I mean, Clark looked just like her dad, man.
Yes, she did.
She looks just like her dad. I'm like, oh my
built
god.
like him, but she built like him when he was a prime athlete.
I mean, well, whoever she looked just like the guy. I was like, wow, he couldn't deny her if he tried.
Bro, wait, Manny, we don't have it, but we're gonna talk about it before we
But I'm
go.
going for UConn though.
Oh yeah, I'm going for Caitlyn because she can't be the greatest basketball player in college basketball for and not get a ring.
I mean, it happens.
Yeah,
I don't know where, but it happens.
It happens.
My favorite team fell off, so I wanted LSU to repeat, but it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna watch it though.
Yeah, I was that hurt me too, man. I wanted to see them do it.
Man, hey, listen. That's what you happen. Look, Caitlin Clark said it like what's his the greatest white hooper of all time said it. She was insulted when you put that white girl point guard on her. Caitlin Clark was like the nerve, the gall, like Larry Bird. Like Larry Bird say he was disrespected. He felt disrespected if you put a white guy guarding him.
But see, that's where they went wrong. They should have put that Asian girl on
Larry
her.
Bird really.
No, I don't think it was the guard. I think it was them going under screens, man. Like from what I saw from the highlights, man, they kept going under the screens. They wouldn't go over top of screens or challenge the screener. To me, that they were sitting like
they should have put that Asian girl on her again, like they did last year.
But so y'all both pick Iowa. I know Jamar said Iowa.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick Iowa.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with UConn on this. We'll see what happens. I'm going with buckets, even though I don't like either team.
Hey, wait! Before you announce the next one, why they make that poor girl transfer from LSU? Because she was in her feelings because she gave it the most points to Caitlin from the point guard.
Damn,
Haley Von Lith.
Yeah, she cute too.
Yeah, man, that's messed up, man. It wasn't nothing she could do about that.
She had no business really watching her. Look how small she is compared to her.
Yeah,
she's not that kind of guard.
That's not your fault, baby. That's coaching.
Yeah.
Facts. The coach put her in a bad position and
a terrible position.
Yeah. It shouldn't have happened. And that's probably why she leaving more so than getting scored on. That fucking coach. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she sent me out there like she did her like they did J. Cole. Drake did J. Cole. Crash test dummy.
You silly.
Sorry, Reggie. Sorry, Wedgie. Oh boy, at the Boondocks. Okay, Wedgie.
You got me fucked up.
Sorry, Wedgie.
Man, I was just watching a pimp named Slipback. That shit was hilarious.
What we got last, big chicken?
And I don't know how they didn't get sued off that R. Kelly episode. I really
they
don't.
should have. I said, Chris, y'all drink piss.
Because he really did that fucking shit. That's why he ain't get sued. I can poke fun at you all day long if you really did it.
Yeah, I see that episode. Was
hey, there was nothing alleged. There was nothing alleged about that videotape
at all.
At all.
And I watched that shit with my parents.
Well, damn.
And I'm pretty sure all three of y'all said, "Hell yeah, that was that nigga."
Yep.
That's R. Kelly, right there.
Well, the thing is, they had just did an MTV Cribs at his home like a year before, so we got to see the tropical area and the bungalow inside the house with the waterfall, and we got to see that. So when we and then even the remote that big house remote that he had, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
He was pressing the remote while she was sucking his dick. It was like, oh my gosh, we know the remote. We saw this. Mm-hmm. So yeah, man, come on.
Oh, he did it. That nigga guilty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now,
I just, you know what my last impression of him will always be, "You saved me. You saved me." Yeah, right, motherfucker. Got your ass.
Nah, you leave Step in the Name of Love alone, bro.
Yeah,
got
your
ass.
For real.
I mean, not like that, but you know what I mean.
His music still bop though. I can separate the two.
I don't. I can't do it.
I can separate. I can.
I'm even struggling with.
Guess what? You said his music bop, right? His music, literally, Diddy bops.
You disrespectful as fuck with that shit.
Right.
I can't listen to nothing from Bad Boy with.
But
Diddy
anyway,
no more.
Well, that's what I was about to say. Like, it's even hard for me to listen to like old Bad Boy records that I love because I grew up off that shit. But
hey, what Biggie say? Fuck him in the ass, throw him over the bridge.
That's how it is.
Yeah, that shit is laid out.
Fuck that beef shit. That shit is played out.
Listen, I think he was talking about Mr. C.
No, that was Gutter.
Damn.
He said Gutter did that, but I feel what you saying.
Reggie, you wrong on so many levels.
Mr. C was his guy at that time. He wouldn't.
I'm glad that y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Mr. C's never mind. Okay,
never mind.
He's a freaky little boy.
A very freaky dude. Get
Yeah,
it
he
from his mama.
You be fucking little boys in the Bahamas.
I ain't gonna put that on him. He just like dudes, man. I ain't gonna. I'm not gonna.
I thought it was
easily associate-
transvestites, or does that matter?
He like Eddie Murphy. He like transsexuals.
You got a pecker.
My God, like party all the time, party all the time, party all the time.
You know what? Though? Look, for I ain't gonna cap though. Maybe it's just because it's me and I'm an Eddie Murphy fan. But you know what I really think happened with Eddie Murphy? I think that he really was confused. I think that he just picked up.
That was the second time when we really heard about it. That was the second time he got caught up with a tranny.
Both
But
times
it's Hollywood, man. You don't know. You never
That's
know.
what I'm saying. Like you might have just picked something like, all right, come on. And I think out there you might have got food. I ain't
And no
saying
disrespect to anybody transsexual. Yo, if you need a ride, as long as you got snaps on the petrol,
yeah, I think he got food.
you.
No, that was 2
Yeah,
o'clock in the morning on Hollywood Boulevard.
He knew.
I thought he was probably picking up a prostitute for sex, but he
Yeah.
don't say pull your pants down. Let me see if you got a Johnson.
Hey, he was
You
like,
know, it's a-
again.
Right. But see, that brings up another question. That brings up another whole question. Like, if you Eddie Murphy, right? Why you gotta do that? Why you gotta do that? All you gotta do is just be like,
Gangsta got shot
Hold up.
again.
But Reg, what if you had a Hollywood party, right? Or what if you just won an Oscar or Tony or whatever Eddie Murphy would have won that night, right? He got a girl with him. They out partying. They hanging out. They at the club. Michael Jackson there. He Jerry curl dripping. Everything is beast, right? And you having a great time of your life. But then all of a sudden, you see your girl sneak off in the back with Richard Pryor. What? How the fuck? Who the fuck? What the fuck? So now you got a little bit of beef with Richard Pryor because y'all done some movies together and he done took your girl. I mean, you're not supposed to know because they done snuck off, right? And then she come back. You sitting there like, hey, like you supposed to not pretend like you didn't go out with that nigga to do that in the bathroom. And she's like, oh, fuck you, nigga. He leave the club. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. He mad as fuck. Right. He's still like, man, damn, I didn't get mine off because homegirl, whatever. Plus, they've been dancing and drinking the whole night. So now he walked past, he see the longest legs he ever seen in his life. He thinking, okay, it's about to go down. Not realizing that this is a nigga.
Hey,
that can happen.
I love how you made that nigga. You made like the G-rated version of Coming in America, aka the transsexual. I ain't buying that shit.
Hey, listen, D80, that very may well have happened exactly like that. But still, even if that happened, right? He's still Eddie Murphy. He's still Eddie Murphy.
I agree.
Did you hear what his brother told you before he died? He said his brother had to fight bitches off. Like, all right, here. You know what I'm saying? Like for stupid reason, like, oh well, you ain't matching, boom. Like, you too talk, boom. Your pussy stank, like, like shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying.
Why you got to do that?
I'm just saying, like in that situation, he not thinking about let me go up in another club and now I gotta get VIP, now I gotta get bottles, now I gotta deal with this shit. It's 2 o'clock in the fucking morning. I'm pissed off. I want to go home. I'm just saying, man.
Bro, you a celeb. Like
listen, when he go back to the hotel,
I get it. I respect it because I'm being selfish in my thoughts. There's no IG back then. It just hop online and call some IG model or whatever the case back then.
Oh, but the thing is, why would he wait till he goes back, Reggie? Why would he wait till to go back to the hotel to get something? He don't want to smash where he lay at. He want to go out and get what he got, you know what I'm saying, and then come home.
He got what he got.
Well, right, but that's what I'm saying.
He got him. He got Shim. He got Shim.
Plus, did you ever see Pretty Lady? Huh? Or Pretty Woman? What's the movie with Richard Gere? Then the one white lady. What was he doing? He was cruising the block because he had a crazy situation going on. His head, he wasn't thinking straight, and he saw a hot girl when he was driving past. Legs.
Hey, bro, you took every detour that you could to try to help Eddie Murphy out in this shit.
Right, because he's trying to buy Eddie for free. Eddie, like, why are you doing this, man?
I love you for it because I would do the same thing. Because there's no way in hell the guy who made Harlem Nights, the guy who was sat there in Coming to America, that nigga, no, you couldn't pay me to believe my idol, Beverly Hills Cop. Another 48 hours, Eddie Murphy did that shit. Fuck that.
But peep this though. I feel the same way about him. as I do with Michael Jackson. Like after the first time, motherfucker might set you up with, for the whoop de whoop. Sometimes celebrities they
It
are
happens.
targets.
Shit happens.
They are targets. But fool me once,
Shame on you.
right?
Fool me twice. Shame on me.
You ain't catching me being an Eddie Murphy buying no pussy, no boy pussy at that price. I'll be damned.
But again, it was a woman. Never mind. I don't know the word, so I'm not gonna go there. I don't know the right terms.
Shit,
She was a transsexual that identified as a woman, and I said she in the
I
beginning.
mean, again, it don't matter because if he's into that, then that's his thing. But again,
Yeah,
I can see how
Richard
Pryor
Pryor openly.
these-
It is
these
known
questions-
fact now. Richard Pryor was bisexual.
Oh yeah.
That was a
'Cause
surprise
think about
to
it.
me.
I think nah. Think about JoJo Dancer. If there was any truth to that story, then you should know because think about what may have happened to that nigga, well, that man, well, whatever he was at that point, at that whole house growing up. If there's any validity to that, man, he probably was getting poked out to his mom. Probably was like, man, suck his meat real quick. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
Anything
The House
can
of
happen,
Diddy. House of Diddy.
And that listen,
It
best
was-
case scenario. Say nothing did happen to him. He didn't see all kind of
Allegedly.
weird freak
Yeah.
off shit. You know what I'm
Allegedly
saying?
did
Even
pull his
on
mind
all
on.
night long. Yo,
Yeah.
allegedly,
Yeah.
allegedly,
Imagine if you grew up
allegedly,
like that.
And then
allegedly,
he's
allegedly.
smoking crack, so that's another thing that you got to think about. Like he's fucked up.
all them wild orgy parties and shit, man. Them motherfuckers probably was doing all kind of shit. Listen, I know
Hey.
Diddy probably was like, man, I wish I was there.
Hey, Richard Pryor, if you go back to the movie Moving, he looked like he was high on crack in that movie. Moving,
was.
he was.
He
Hey,
was.
did you ever see what Ayana Fixed My Life? And she was on there and she had DMX on there with his son. And his son was like, I miss my superhero dad. I miss my dad who was back then when you was so tough, this. Like when you was on the cover of your first album, and DMX was like, are you fucking stupid? I was high on crack when I took that motherfucking picture. I was like, oh my God. What are you talking about, son? I'm just telling you. I was fucking high.
Listen, who was the coldest crackhead of all time? Him, Bobby Brown, or Rick James?
Rick James.
Yeah, my nigga
Rick
Rick
James
was cold
was
though. He
the
was
goat of
burning.
crackheads.
He
Rick
was
James
burning
the
bitches with the crack pipe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rick James.
Rick James is
Out of those three, it would have to be Rick James.
Rick James is they're all legendary, but for some reason, Rick James is like Rick James, bitch.
No,
Like,
it's
come
Dave
on, man.
Chappelle's the reason why Rick James is why we know all this stuff.
Yeah,
They put that stuff out there, and of course Rick James he affirmed it. He went on the show, was like, yeah,
Yo, go
I
watch
remember when Rick James went to the joint
Tales
back
from
in
the
the day.
Tour. If y'all get a chance, go watch Tales from the Tour Bus. That shit go crazy with Rick James telling his life story and the rest of the dudes in his band, and everybody else. The dude who makes what's the name of that cartoon with propane dude guy? You don't want to talk about the guy that sells propane with his son. His name is Bobby.
King of the Hill.
King of the Hill. The guy who made that show has a show called he has a show where he goes Tales from the Tour Bus and he interviews all these old school. He interviewed Rick James and all the people who played with him. He does all the guys that played with Prince. He does all the guys that was in the band and Rick James himself. He interviews them all and he animates it. And it's so dope. And when he does Rick James' story, you sitting there looking like, oh my God. Like they talk about how him and Mike Josh. Yeah, they talk about when him and was it Prince? Did he talk about when Rick James couldn't stand fucking Prince?
Yeah,
Really?
I know about that. Yeah,
he couldn't stand him. Yeah.
At first he liked it. At first he
liked him.
But what
and
he
then
was
he
saying
gave
was he was still in his style.
Yep. Hey, did you know Bootsy Collins got his first start and then got fired by I just said his name, James Brown?
No, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Rick.
met
Did
James
you
Brown in
know
the
who
hood.
the dog catcher? Fucking George Clinton was high as fuck off crack, and he came in there and they was rewinding the track. He came in the studio and they was rewinding the track for Dog Catcher, and he thought that they were trying to record music without him because he was so fucking high out of his mind. So he came in there and he was like, play that right there. And then he starts. So when you hear that going in reverse, that was actually because the motherfucker was high as fuck.
Yes, that's the fact.
Yeah, that's a fact. And George Clinton tells you it. He was like, I thought that, bro, it was crazy.
Listen,
George Clinton
is
tells
a
you
con
it.
man. He's a con man. He was ripping all them people off, or the
Yeah.
parliaments, the funkadelics. He was paying them in crack. He was selling crack, smoking
Yeah.
crack with them.
He was
doing
so
all
fucked
kind
up.
of
I don't
shit.
think he meant to be a con man, but he got so fucked up in his finances because of his personal habit that he just sat there.
He's the one that
with,
messed up Funkadelic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's the creator of it and the
destroyer of it.
upper of it. Like
Yeah,
he had, if you listen to his thing, he had dope ideas and he was like trying to set them all up, but he got so fucked up in the game and everything like
dirty.
that.
He's still dirty as fuck, giving them motherfuckers $20 and $30 a week and
Well,
dime.
because he got shit because he
Shit like
gave
that.
up a lot of his publishing. He gave up a shit ton of his publishing.
Yeah, but I'm talking about when they was on the road. Fuck that, nigga. We doing these shows and you get
Yeah.
dime rock for a week at $30 and shit.
Yeah. All right, so Big Chicken left. Yo, anybody got any shout outs, anything else?
Nah, I wanna shout outs. Yeah. Cleveland International Film Festival going down tonight. Gonna go down there and check out some black film. Checked out LeBron's film last night. All of the noise. I mean, all I hear is noise. Really, really dope film. It's about individuals with disabilities trying to participate in sports. Tearjerker for sure. They shocked everybody in the crowd because after it was over, all three of the athletes came out. They didn't let us know they were there. It was like really, it's like, oh wow, it's cool. It wasn't like LeBron. It was like, the disabled.
Yeah.
So just shouts out to them for that. So tonight, I'm looking forward to see what happens next.
Yo, saying that made me make sure I give a shout out to a person who's like a younger brother to us, Malcolm J. Walters. Out there doing this thing in Hollywood now. We're so proud of him, man. Malcolm.
Hell yeah.
Yo, and that brother is always, he still lets us know to this day, and I'm saving it for the next time I really get a chance to interview him. Or ask him for an interview. He always makes himself available to us. That brother has been in everything from Black Panther to the LeBron movie, to not only that, but A Ball in the Dream and so many other projects that he's involved in. That's what, yeah.
That was our first film, Reg. We put together a couple years back, like 2016.
Shout out to Malcolm J. Walters. Lil bro is amazing, man, and he's such a doper person in person.
Yeah, he is.
He's so humble, so giving, but so confident.
Comes from a great family, man.
Yeah, he comes from great stock. So shout out to him. Shout out, oh boy, is he back from Cali yet?
Nelly, I think he's still out in San Fran, man. I haven't heard from Nelly. Well, he hit me up on Facebook last year, and we just chatted from that. But he's doing okay, man. He's living his life.
If you're not hip, please go check out A Ball in the Dream, man.
Hell yeah.
It's aged so well, and it for our first project, like it came out so dope. Shout out to Tawan, because Tawan helped on an episode or two.
Yeah.
And shout out to producer D80, and shout out to so many other people who made that happen. It was a dope experience, and for lack of a better word, but our breaking into experiencing filmmaking and so much more. And so, Truth Entertainment Films is growing. We're building. Be on the lookout. I'm gonna tell you right now, y'all getting Reggie started. Reggie on his way to creating all kind of content. He hit me up all the time like, yo, I'm doing this. I need this. What I got to do for this? So when Reggie drop his own shit, a lot of y'all gonna get y'all feelings hurt, being your feelings spiritually or emotionally. But Reggie gonna come and he gonna create some good content.
That why section, that why thing is funny. Like why? Like that whatever.
Yeah.
That shit is hilarious, man. I love it.
Yeah. So Reggie is the truth. Shout out to Teran. Shout out to Miguel. Triple salute to them brothers. Shout out to Big Chicken in the background working everything. Yo, shout out to Big Zoe, Paper Zoe in the background stepping in.
You should have jumped on with us, man.
He should have. He was scared, man. He didn't want the problems. I'm gonna talk shit because he didn't show up. Shout out to my big bro D80, the man who behind the scenes,
Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings.
who makes it happen. And yo, be on the lookout. We got a new hip hop podcast coming out with some young guys for all our young people. We're trying to build our young audience. So HOME podcast, home hip hop. Wait, hip hop makes hip hop over. What is it, Manny? I don't know. It's hip hop over whatever case. Hip hop music.
It's
whatever
home.
case it's on, but home. I should know the acronym. I created this shit, but I suck. High off music every day. I so suck because I created that.
Hamid?
Home. High
Home.
off music. The E is just for every day. As one word. Every.
Okay, I got you.
High off music every day podcast. We got Mike, aka Big Zoo. We got Big Chicken on it, and we got JoJo, aka Joey Strollo's son, JoJo.
Oh wow, what?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm tuning in now. I'm tuning in.
He's like Reggie. He's like a super J. Cole fan where like there's no wrong that J. Cole can do. Like, because
I told you. I just was hating on J. Cole. You forgot.
Bro, that was you was a plant. You
Just
an
hating
industry
on-
plant, Reggie. You an industry plant. I already see you.
I was hating on him hard.
Nah, bro.
I gotta
Reggie,
dip out though, Jamar. I gotta roll.
Yo, but thank y'all for everything y'all have done. Big Reg, we need to pod more, bro. If you ain't doing shit later, you're gonna be up. We can bring Buck and Naked back tonight.
Okay.
All right, so be on the lookout for Buck and Naked podcast.
I'm be in the theater trying to tune in. Watch that shit.
Yeah, that shit gonna be crazy. So I'm gonna hit up the rest of the crew and the cast and the people and see if we can get some Buck and Naked podcast going. So shout out to them, shout out to CL, shout out to Annie and the rest of the crew. We love y'all. God bless y'all. And Manny, take us out.